Hello Mouses! Today on the Monday Book Club we're discussing the 39 Steps. Now this is a book that basically started off the modern spy genre, where someone is thrust into the middle of a massive conspiracy that has worldwide ramifications, and they must get through this task that they have really just had chucked on them, and they don't really know what's going on, but they've got to get through it. They've got to save the world, and they've only got 24 hours to do it, or in the case of this book, about 3 months. Now, this is a book that's really of its time, and I'm sorry to say that, but it is. There's a lot of it that appears superfluous. The language is getting dated. The way of pacing the book is also dated. It's very much a book of the turn of the century, and that's a bit unfortunate because it's published just after the First World War, and it basically is an account, a fictionalised account of course, of how the First World War happened, all the build-up, why there were all of these conspiracies going on that caused the First World War and things like that. It's a good book, I enjoyed it, but the biggest problem that I have with it is the fact that it starts out suggesting that the war is a Jewish conspiracy, and then later in the book it's like the guy decided, oh, that's not really going to sell well with my audience, so I'll change it to a German conspiracy, and the guy who set the whole thing in motion just happened to have an anti-Jewish bias, which is unfortunate in its own right. But we're getting off topic here. What is the book about? It's a guy who is bored to tears. He's come home from making a fortune in South Africa, and he's now able to live a life where he just basically dosses around town and gets himself bored to tears. He's looking for some interesting adventure. He hasn't got any. And then all of a sudden this guy turns up saying that people are wanting to kill him. He needs to hide out. It turns out that this guy's a spy. And of course, being an excellent spy, he tells this guy everything. Oh, not quite. He keeps a fair bit back. He puts an awful lot into code, into a book that he then hides in this guy's house. And then he goes and gets himself killed. The guy whose house he's been hanging around in gets framed for the murder. There's a daring escape. He runs off to Scotland despite being in London. He gets on a train and rushes off. He's chased all the way there. He's chased all around. This book is basically a tour of Scotland in book form. He's chased all over Scotland. He comes back to London. He manages to explain how spycraft works to the master spies of Britain. He uncovers a conspiracy. He deals with the conspiracy. He saves the world. We still go to war. That's basically how this book goes. So, what can we take from it? It's a very good book. It's a short read. It's only 100 or so pages. You can get it free on the Amazon Kindle if you want to risk the Amazon Kindle. See my other channel's news from today for information on that one. But if you want to have a good spy thriller in the traditional sense of epic adventure in strange foreign lands, then this is not going to be it. If you want an interesting conspiracy theory, plot twist kind of book, then yeah, go for this. There's car chases, there's spy masters, there's all kinds of daring escapes. It's actually very good in terms of that. It's designed as basically a penny dreadful thriller type, because that's the type of book that the writer liked. But it's not your average Bourne supremacy thing. It's not James Bond. It's what came before. And you have to bear that in mind when reading this kind of book, because it has aged, as all books do, but at the same time it's still an interesting thriller. I wouldn't recommend it to just anyone, but if you're into spy thrillers and conspiracy theories, go for it, because it's a classic, but it's a dated classic. Okay, that's all I have to say for this one today. We're going to keep with the kind of military political theme. By next week we're going to be reviewing A Damn Close Run Thing by my friend Russ Phillips, and we'll talk about that one next Monday. Until next time, I've been Zoe Kirk-Robinson. You've been watching the Monday Book Club. Remember to like this video if you liked it, share it with your friends so that they can have a listen about some interesting books, and subscribe for future videos. Until next time, I'll see you later.